Alrighty. So for our second card for this month, for the November's Stampers Technique time, we're making a fun fold card. And before I show you the card, we're using, I love this, and I provided some things in your kit for this. The Snowflake Wishes. I just love this, but I really have fallen in love with the dies that come with it, because you even get like a label die and all kinds of sizes of snowflakes. And then we are also using another die out of the Tasteful Labels. We're using this big die and then this other die, and layered upon each other, it gives this really fun look. And I hope you'll agree when you see it. So here is the card. I kept it very simple. I could have done the edges and embellished with more color, but just trying to show you what a very simple card with minimal effort. This is our Designer Series paper, which I absolutely love. It is the Snowflake Splendor, I think is what it's called, paper. And with this card, what's really fun about it is it's a fun fold card. So you open it up and you get this. You could put a little message there if you wanted even. And then you open it up again, and then you have all of that. So it's just kind of a fun fold card. This case, normally I create all my own cards again, but November was a case month for me. And I cased this from Frenchie Martin. And I just thought, boy, this was just so sweet. I had to share it all with you ladies. So the first thing that is done is scoring down on your whole piece of cardstock. So scoring down at the 5.5 mark. Okay. So 5.5 on this side, and then turning it around, and then scoring at, let's see, the 1 7/8, and nope, 2 pieces. Nope. Let me say that again. Scoring, I'm not even getting this straight, at the 2 1/8 and then 6 3/8, or 2 1/8 and turn it around and do it again. So when you're looking at your card, you're going to want to get rid of, on the top part of your card, if this is my top front of my card, I need to get rid of these 2 panels, the one on this side and the one on that side. So I'm just going to take my scissors. If you wanted, you could use a paper trimmer. I pulled mine out, but I buried it. So I am just going to do this the old-fashioned way. I'm going to bring this down so you don't see me. You see what I'm working on. And I am just going to follow that score line. Would it go faster and easier with a paper trimmer? Oh, yeah. But where's the fun in that? All right. And I'm going to come down here with this one. Just cut right in the grooves. You can see my ink on my fingers from the previous card we did. That's just what it is. So the longest part of our card making today is going to just be pretty much cutting this off, and then it's just gluing on. I already had given you ladies some of the cutouts in your card kit, so you are ready to go. And I told you, I think, about the size of a sentiment on a stamp set. If you don't have the same stamp set, I gave you the size that you can use for your stamp set. Okay. Now, one thing you're going to want to notice is the side flaps. If I don't get exactly in there, I might want to cut on the underside of that score line, because I want the flap to kind of make sure that it can close over top of these side panels. If I have that little extra there, see, that allows my top to close nicely over top. So I'm going to go and get a little bit more off this, because I wasn't doing so hot when I did that flap originally. So just going to trim that little bit off. That'll make it a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to really give this a good burnish. Make sure that it is down there nicely so everything will tend to lay flat. There we go. All right, so now it's pretty much just assembling my pieces. So on the top, I have my choice. This will be my inside piece. Set that to the side for now. I have my choice. I could use this side or I could use this side. And then on my other pieces, I could use this side or that side. So I kind of like this combination for mine rather than this combination or that one. So it's just kind of look at your designer paper that you have and decide what you like and go from there. And then it's like, do I want that purple at the top? Nope, I kind of want it at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and give a little bit of glue on this one. This is a newer glue bottle, so I don't have to squeeze as hard. Famous last words. And I'm going to put mine down. What I love about liquid glue is it just gives you that wiggle room, right? So unlike other things that you stick down and then you're stuck, pun intended, this one lets you move around a little bit. All right. I'm going to go open my flap and I'm just going to go ahead and put my 2 designer series on the panels inside. Oops, not on the inside of that, but the very inside. So open the card completely up. And that is where you will put your panels. Don't make the mistake that I almost made. And by doing it this way, it allows you the opportunity to stamp a little message on the outside of that flap. So when you first open the card, you see that one large snowflake, and then you have room for a message because you can stamp directly on the cardstock. If I had my paper here, that wouldn't happen. All right, a little bit of glue. I can see you guys are all very busy at work. Again, this is, once you have all your parts cut out, it's just such a simple assembly of cards, and pretty much no stamps are harmed in the making of this card. Having said that, I might just go ahead and on mine, because I have this wonderful stamp set, I might go ahead and put in, I think I'm going to just put in some snowflakes. This is the one I want to use. Yeah. Okay. Because I've got this top section here and I don't kind of want it to go to waste. So let's see where my stamp pad went. Or maybe I will let it go to waste. Okay, ladies, this is quite embarrassing. I had my ink pad from our previous card and I'm recycling the same color and I can't find it. So I'm not going to do what I was thinking. But what I was thinking of is just stamping like along the top. So I'm carrying in some of my snowflakes up around the top. Oh, I found it. So I guess I will do it. Did I tell you that November has been a scattered brain month for me? I don't know about you guys. This has just been crazy though. So I am going to just add a little bit of fun embellishment by stamping off, random stamping, stamp off, like that. Edge here, a little bit there, why not? There, and there. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but I just did some fun stamping. because I could. All right. So while we're here and your card is open, go ahead and put in your base of your card, the full inside white piece. You know, a lot of times what I like in cards is actually using copy paper and just putting a little bit at the top and letting it kind of free flap. I think it gives an elegant look. But in this case, we've got a lot going on with the fun fold that don't want to cause any other movement or confusion, right? Okay. So I made a mess there, but that's just how life is for me today. That's okay. We'll just leave it. All right. Now going back, I have an image that a sentiment that I wanted to stamp on top of my piece here. And I didn't want the opportunity to mess it up. So I thought, I'm just going to use my Stamparatus, right? And I am going to ink that up and put it where I want. I'm using a Stamparatus because you can see I'm very close with my sentiment on the edges. So for me, doing this allowed me the opportunity. Did you see what I just did? Allowed me the opportunity to have second chance. And I know there's always a second chance on the backside, but it gave me the opportunity to make sure that I got things where I wanted them to be. And if I had to restamp, I could easily line it up. But nope, that worked out fine. Okay. All right, I'll do that because I don't want that to get on. All right. So I'm going to simply glue this down. I loved the sentiment that that went along with this. I thought it was a real sweet one. I'm stamping "Our friendship is one of a kind." And I liked this because of the snowflakes and how snowflakes are so one of a kind. All right. Love my purple, my blue fingers. Yeah, I stuck my whole hand right in the ink pad. So see, even people that are old, quote unquote, pros, we screw up all the time. We just pretend we don't. Okay, so I'm going to mount this. I can mount it with a Stampin' Dimensional, or I could just mount it direct. I'm choosing just to mount it directly. But your card, you get to do what you want. And now the only thing left in the card is to add these lovely snowflakes. And one of the snowflakes that we're using, these are the large, the Balmy Blue is the large snowflake cut out from this dies that I showed you. But in the center of it, what I just absolutely love are these blue, I'll show you in a minute when I get this glued on. Yeah, is that where I want it? Yeah. These blue adhesive rhinestones. I love them. You get 120 of them. You get 60 in the blue and then 60 of these purple-like ones. And they make just such the most beautiful addition, especially with this paper. That purpley one, it just goes so nicely. So I've got that, and now I just need to open my card, and I am going to place, let's see, I'm going to place this white one in here. I made a mistake on my card. I don't know if you guys can see my little mark that I made right there. That must have been when I stuck my fingers in my ink pad, my whole hand actually. That was stupid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to cover that up a little bit because why not? So I'm going to add a little bit of glue onto this. Again, why I absolutely love liquid glue. Lets you get away with a lot. And I'm going to see if I could line that up over my little smudgy. And then I'll just snip off the extra. So there we go. That way. That way. Oh, yeah. Part of me is like, do I need to snip it off? I guess I don't have to. I could kind of leave it that way. Now I have a decision to make. Did I tell you November's not been a good decision-making month for me? All right, I'll decide on that in a moment. I'm going to add on the inside, I'm going to add my other my other wonderful, exploding, beautiful snowflake in the color of the cardstock. And I'm just adding little bits of glue on the center that goes around where it can hide it. And then on the tip of each little snowflake. And that's really all that it takes to hold this guy down. And then I'm going to add him to the center upper left of my card. But again, your card, you put it where you want to put it. Oh, I like that snowflake like that. Okay. And then the last thing I have yet to do is just add my white little pieces on top, my white snowflakes on top of the designer series paper. I think I'll put one there. And let's see, I'm gonna just put this little guy in the opposite panel going up higher. So I'll have one low and one high-ish. Okay. All right, so on my card, let's see if I can show this. Okay, so my finished card is very simple. There's not a lot of dimension. Have that little beautiful little gem there. Then when you open it up, I decided to actually leave that hanging out. I thought that was kind of fun. And then when I open up, whoops, when I open it up, then you could see the snowflakes in the bottom and the top. So, and my stamped snowflakes up in the upper. Now, again, my original card I did it a little differently. It did not have, that was more in the center of the panel. And the paper I used on the inside was more the smooth paper, so those stood out. So each card is going to be unique, deciding on where, what side of your designer paper that you use. Again, I am absolutely in love with this designer series paper. It is called Snowflake Splendor, and it's probably one of my favorites. So with all that, that is our second card. It was just gluing, cutting, and a simple put together. And I'm going to stop recording, and then you can finish your cards, and we'll see if you guys have any questions. All right, so here we go. Let's stop.